Hello and welcome to Season 2, because it's 2021, of the Hink Think. I'm your host, Noah Hinkle, and today I'm talking about the war on words. A very interesting topic, and based on recent events that, showed up in Congress, and I just think it's kind of an interesting thing to talk about. You get to see into the minds of these people and their crazy ideologies. So let's start with what happened. Yeah, I'm using this for news. The recent political news that happened at Congress. So, Congress, they had a prayer. Now, it's not unusual. Most people pray. Especially, people who are religious. They especially pray. But, praying's not that all the common, considering a lot of people are of religious faith. So, you're probably like, what's weird about Congress praying? There's nothing weird about that. Well, when they went to close the prayer, they said amen, which is not weird. That's how most people, amen, amen. Different people they pronounce it different ways, but this is the same spelling of the word, is what I'm trying to get. Same spelling of the word. It's the same general word, the same general idea behind that word. But Congress, with their great, intelligent minds, they are intelligent because they got into politics, which is also why I'm here. They decided, amen. Yeah, that's definitely a gender word, That's what they decided. So they closed the prayer with amen and a woman. Genius play, Congress. That word has no gender meaning. This is literally not even what the word is referencing. Because as Ben Shapiro said, who closes their prayer by saying, man? Nobody does that. You're just praying, and you're going to end, man. We're not Joe Biden here. We're not going, come on, man. All right, time for Ben. Let's finish my prayer. No, it's only Joe Biden who ends a prayer with man. He ends almost every sentence with man, if you think about it. One of my favorite quotes by him, come on, man. Or, during the debate, shut up, man. So, I think you're getting confused with, people who actually are, religious and say the proper word of amen, confused with Joe Biden, who just ends every sentence with, man. Except for when he forgets what he's talking about. Then you just move on to the next question. But that's not all that Congress did in all of their genius. The House is like, hey, Congress, we got an idea. We're geniuses. This is why we have the House. Of course. The House is a bunch of geniuses. Your favorite House people, like, Lloyd Smucker from PA. I'm pretty sure he's in the House. AOC's in the House. Or at least was in the House at some point. Fun. Lloyd Smucker's not bad. I agree with that. Lloyd Smucker is not bad. Yeah, our PA boys. I don't remember the other ones. I remember the other two. But, your favorite people. Actually, no, AOC's in Congress. She's in that form of government. And as we can see, this is right up her alley. No, I would be too far off to be like, AOC probably has something to do with this. But what are they doing, you ask? The House is introducing gender-neutral language and new rules for Congress. Okay. What? How is that supposed to work? What happens if, I don't know, do you have somebody from Germany? Not a member of Congress who's from Germany. Because I'm pretty sure they won't be in the Congress then. I'm saying, if you have somebody who, I don't know, a witness stand, or, you're questioning somewhere along those lines, are you just going to be like, oh, sorry, sir, you can't use ein. No, you're not allowed to use that word. Sorry, it's a gender word. Not allowed to use it. What about French? French is gender words. Like, you just have some random French dude there for some reason. Sorry, sir. You can't actually speak your language because your words have genders. Like, okay, obviously it's not what they're saying. I mean, it could be. But they're obviously saying you can't say words like father, mother, those kind of things. You can't say those apparently because people get their feelings hurt. And now, apparently if you just get your feelings hurt, all right, fine, we're just going to change the legislation, bro. It's all okay. This is dumb. Okay, everyone's feelings are going to get hurt at something. Like, you just... Congress... Okay, or the House. Just either one of you. Just look at these people who are complaining about this. Look at them straight, dead in the eyes, and say, suck it up, buttercup. Is that what you need to... Just suck it up, okay? I know. Just because you're offended at everything doesn't mean the world revolves around you. Most of us learned this in kindergarten. Clearly, some people didn't. We learned this from the time we were little. We learned, hey, the world doesn't revolve around you, buddy. Oh, no, sorry. I'm ending every sentence in man because everyone does that, especially with prayer. The world doesn't revolve around you, man. Come on, man. The world doesn't work that way. But these people, oh, I'm offended at this. Oh, this is a gender word. I'm offended. Like, what? What are you offended at? Like, what are you offended? You're offended at somebody in Congress using the word father or mother or amen, which doesn't even have any gender. Like, sometimes people need to use their brains. Okay, just use it. Sometimes it works. For me, it tends to work, but I mean, if I actually use it, it works. But not everyone can use their brain all the time. But for decisions like this, you should probably use your brain. Because there's going to be something that comes up, right? And they're going to be required to use the word like father or mother. Let's use father, for example, because everyone's offended at men. Everyone gets offended when you speak about men. Everyone's offended because it's 2020. Well, actually, it's 2021. But still, everyone's offended. Everyone on the left is offended. Okay, just suck it up. But what's going to happen is you're going to have somebody being like, yeah, his father, Ocasio-Cortez is going to be like, you can't say that. That is a gender word. And the person's going to be like, what? What do you mean? And she's going to be like, you can't use that word. That's going to offend somebody. That's offensive. So you're going to have this congressman. You're going to have this congressman. Man, you're going to have this congressman. Yep, I'm using congressman and congresswoman here because Nancy Pelosi wants to take those out. Everyone loves Nancy Pelosi. We just love our government. Yay. Especially them. But she wants to take out the word congressman and congresswoman. Like, what do you want to say? Congressperson. Okay, but doesn't that take away from... And also, you're trying to say that the whole point of the left is saying, like, oh, men are equal to women. There's no difference in genders. Okay, if you're saying that, and then you're like, oh, but gender words, like, there's no difference, right? Then why should you care if people are using gender words? Why should you care in the first place? You're just creating a loop on your logic. Because, oh, women can do everything men can. Okay? Like, I mean, can. If you think about it, they biologically can't. But, fine, believe whatever you want. But, back to the scenario. You're going to have a congressman. He's going to be like, the father. And then you're going to have some, it could be a congressman, it could be a congresswoman. Just AOC tends to be the one who complains the most. At least I know. Maybe not the most. One of the most. One of the most. Okay, she's one of the most complainers. She complains the most, or at least one of the most. She's gonna be like, "That is offensive. Use gender neutral words." She doesn't sound like a bitch. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. We're trying to make the voice match their logic here. Okay, and you're just gonna have this congressman. And you're gonna be like, "But I have to say it. Like, there's not much I can do. Like, I have to do this." You're gonna be like, "No, you have to use a gender neutral word." That sounds like Edna from Incredibles. Whatever. But then Congressman's gonna be like, "Fine. If he's not gonna get me kicked out of Congress, if you're gonna kick me out of Congress if I don't use these words, looks like I use these words. So you're gonna obviously use these words. Right?" And then you're gonna be like, "Fine, I need to come up with a way." This is being a lawyer, but on like a whole different level. Because like a lawyer, you can't directly say like, "Yes, sir. Were you directly at the restaurant at 9:30 at the time of the murder? When were you carrying a briefcase in your hand at that time too?" You can't just come out and say that. That's you can't do that. You're gonna get objected, and they're gonna be like, "Objection!" Apparently, it's Phoenix right now. Objection! And then it's gonna be like, "Oh, there's now an objection on you, and you better fix it because you are asking leading questions." But back on track to Congress. So Congress, they're gonna have to be like, "Well, the parental figure who I can't use the word male. The parental figure who contained both X and Y chromosome was a major impact in this person's life." You're just gonna have to try to work your way around that. Like, you complain. They complain about standing on the podium and just talking for ages, right? You can't go read your child a bedtime story on the podium. Don't ask me why. That's what they said. You can't do that. I can't think of what it's called right now. But they're like, "Oh, you can't draw stuff out." But then this defeats their entire purpose, because you should have to go on this entire loop around to get to your point. Then nobody would need to talk for extra time. All people would then need to do is just go and use your gender neutral words and your gender neutral logic, and you do all the work for us. We don't need to delay time if we have to go in this entire loophole the entire time. But so begins the war on words. Yay. That's right, folks. Your favorite words, they may become either racist, sexist, or they might just offend somebody, and now you're on the run. So we need to be careful. I'm not saying don't use your favorite words. Obviously, I have something on my desk. Obviously, use your favorite words. I don't care. Now, as long as you're not using words that you shouldn't be using, and you should know what I mean by that. Very strong words. We'll just go with that. Okay. But you can use gendered words. Oh no. The last time I tried to tell you can't. But you can. You can use those words. And you can use amen, because that has no gender in the first place. But the left is going to do what they do. They're going to try to attack your words. They're going to try to shut you down. They're going to try to make sure that you can't actually speak out, especially on the media. The media is beginning to reach this. Hollywood has already passed. But you need to retain your freedom of speech. You need to speak out, and you need to just, boom, live your life. All right, that's it for this episode of the Hink Think. Make sure to follow on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. And if you want, you can leave an audio message. I will try to respond to them if you actually leave one. Thank you, and goodbye.